Okay, yeah, that is actually a smaller,
Yes,
smaller piece, which is good. But it kind of gets us back to that ecosystem a little bit. And it also goes back to, kind of the idea that, I think I've talked about tissue memory, that you actually keep the traces of your experience in your body. Because anything that can be changed by experience can record it if you have some sort of medium that doesn't get easily erased. For instance, like the connective tissue. So what happens with therapeutic dialogue is you can, first of all, if people are in a reasonably relaxed place, you can start asking questions like, one of the ones that we use a lot is talking to the inner wisdom or the inner physician, which is this part of the self that has some idea what's going on with somebody. And, in particular, might have some idea what the body needs to do in order to right some problem that it has. So it's just a conversation, and it only works if it comes from, if it's sort of elicited in a very non-directed way. When your inner physician is present, and what happens is we go again with this this thing that happens in the body, which is called the significance detector, which is just like a little stop. It's like, yep, right there. And if you use that as a sort of a navigating tool, you can say, what just happened? And they'll say, oh, well, so-and-so, And, is there something that, like, I just got an image of, a tree or something. You can say, oh, is there anything the tree wants to say to you? And people will a lot of times go into this place where, like, oh, yeah, the tree wants to say blah, 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 blah. And, and then their body will change in response to some of these things that are said. And you can follow along with it. And sometimes you can set up, and you can talk to anything. You can talk to, cells, you can talk to organs, you can talk to, and it's just a matter of, it's not psychotherapy because there's nothing that you're saying. It's just that you're sort of saying, okay, what do you think about that? And you can set up a dialogue between different parts of the body where one part of the body says blah, 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 and another part of the body says blah, 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 blah. And as this is happening, there are changes in the body that you can track with your hands. It's a situation where, it differs. As I say, it really is just a conversation, and it's not usually a conversation between the therapist, but between different parts of the self.
Interesting.
It can be very cool, and it's very powerful because, particularly if you work with the body as some of these as this conversation is going on, people will just have some very significant changes in what's happening with them.